Welcome and welcome back, dear Tarot Pals. This is another Pick a Card reading where we're going to look at what can we expect for the month of April 2022. Welcome if you've just found me through an algorithm search. I post 2 to 3 videos every week. Most of the videos are timeless. You will find a timeless playlist in this channel. Click on that and I'm pretty sure you will find some or the other reading which will give you some resonance, some guidance and inspiration. If the readings resonate, please do not forget to hit subscribe and hit that like button. That little bit of an engagement goes a long way for me. With that said, I'm going to give you guys a quick close-up of the 3 different cards, slightly different in fact. Today we have rune cards, okay, one of my favorite divination tools. I've had the runes for about 2 years now, but I really wanted some oracle cards or something else to work with because runes on a reading can be slightly difficult with tarot to work around. Today we have 3 different options for you with a image that you can go ahead with, or you can choose the rune in case you know the meaning of the rune or that holds any resemblance for you. So for pile 1, that is your option 1 with the rune Thurisaz. Option 2, that is your image with the rune Raidho. And last, it's Isa or Isa, different pronunciations at different parts of the world for this one, and that is your image. Okay, you can definitely feel drawn to more than one pile. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and I'm going to see you in your pile. Hello and welcome, my dear pile ones. I've done our shuffling slightly different today. So I've already got the tarot cards out, kind of saves a little time for us. And we will take out oracle guidance once we've read through the tarot, okay? So I will start talking about this card, but before that, I want to look at, so this card will tell us the main spiritual theme for the month of April. This would be your career guidance and this is your relationships, right? That's how we're going to go about this reading. If you are a returning viewer and this is the second time you're watching a video of Taropal, we clearly vibe together. So I hope you've hit the subscribe button already. And if you are a subscriber, please don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you know when a new video is uploaded and you don't miss out on these fun readings, okay? First, I want to talk about this rune, which is Thurisaz. This in itself talks about precaution and prevention, okay? I'm going to give you the keywords because first it is important for you to understand the energy of the card that you've picked, okay? The rune that it is talking about. April, clearly for pile 1, and we'll see as how tarot and oracle unfolds this for us. Your rune message here is to consider where are you putting yourself at unnecessary risk? Where do you need to re-evaluate if you have covered all your possible grounds, covered all the loopholes? Is there a budgeting mistake that you're making? Is there a career decision which you're making perhaps on an impulse? This card does not mean that you're going to get under an attack. This card actually says before an attack happens, before something goes wrong, before you fall sick, are you sure that you're taking all the necessary precautions? I mean, with the pollution and that card, and that person with the mask on, it talks about, are you doing the necessary steps needed to get you to a successful place, to get you to a safer place? Is there something perhaps more that you can do when it comes to your security, your stability, and rechecking protection for your body, your family, your relationships, your career, okay? That is clearly one important theme for the month of April for pile 1. Now, what is the main spiritual theme for pile 1? Wow, we have the Sun card here. And before I start talking about this card, let us start seeing. So these 2 were the cards from the Light Seers deck to tell us about what's going on in your career, money, finances. So we have the 7 of Swords and we have Temperance. Okay, so I'm going to place this on this side of this reading. And let's look at what do we have for your relationships. So this, of course, could be romantic or platonic. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, now it makes sense why you picked the Thurisaz. Okay. First, let's talk about what is the theme, what is the key theme for the month of April for pile 1. Now, Sun card, I'm going to give you, first of all, talks about the zodiac sign of Leo, okay? check in your own birth chart. And if you're not following me on my Instagram account, I recommend you to come and, I invite you to come and join me there, because I do share a lot of astrology, transit reports, rituals on the Instagram page, which does not show up on YouTube. Okay. Why did I take you there? Because you need to know your birth chart, and sometimes it will tremendously help you understand what's going on from spirit in these different messages that show up. Okay. If you know where in your birth chart Leo is placed, Leo is the sign that is getting highly activated for you in your birth chart in the month of April, okay? Whenever the sun shows up, it means that it's going to shed light. It is not going to allow anything to stay in the shadows in this month, okay? April is technically, anyway, the astrological new year. With the new moon moving into Aries and the full moon happening in the sign of Libra, this is a wonderful time to plant seeds, to take actual action, not just plant seeds, what we did perhaps with the full moon in Virgo. Now is the time, and if you haven't seen my spring equinox video, I recommend you go watch it, because it kind of gives you a little understanding as to how the energies move from March 21st to April start, right? Because that kind of sets the base for you, the foundation for you as to what's going on. With the sun card showing up as your main spiritual theme, clearly, first of all, it's going to shed light on your relationships with your superiors, your authority, your father figure. Sun is the father, right? So your relationship with your father, how do you deal with authority? It will shed light on things that you have achieved which make you the sun of certain situations wherein you're the life force. How much are you investing in yourself, in your own personal power? Because this card with this pose of the yoga showing up also reminds me of our solar plexus chakra, right? Which is our inner power, our ability to have, to articulate what we want, to demand what we seek, to have that assertiveness to go after what we want, okay? Clearly, with the sun showing up, of course, it's a very positive card, and the positivity in itself confirms that you're going to have success, you're going to have abundance, you're going to have prosperity and happiness show up. But with this as your key theme, ask yourself, it will shed light in any place of or in any aspect of life or any trait within you where there is a lack of personal power, or there's a lack of boundaries, or there's a need for a system to come in. Because what are fatherly figures? They impart a certain system. They are providers. They're the life force, right? That is the theme playing out for you. I hope that could make sense for the month of April. Moving on to your career and money and finances and education, depending upon what you're dealing with. First of all, I love when the sun is the key theme. Protection is your rune, okay, or rather protection and prevention is your rune. And look at that Seven of Swords showing up. Seven of Swords as a tarot energy is always talking about a thief, okay, and someone's calling out on this thief. The crow is literally calling out on the thief. Be very, very mindful in the month of April, whether you're a student trying to take shortcuts, whether you're an employee trying to take shortcuts, or you're in business and you're not, ticking all the boxes, making sure that you've, again, talks about protection, right? Have you done everything to protect your interest? Have you done everything that makes your job absolutely perfect, efficient? And there's no cutting corners, there's no lie, there's no deceit in the work that you're bringing in, right? If you do, and if you have that patience to check through everything, to balance again, look at the sun that he's holding and the moon in the other hand. This is the active masculine and the active feminine. Angels support your career, money, finances, okay? You will have to require to be patient. I'm not going to say if you're going through a financial struggle. These two card combinations do not tell me that something's going to change in the month of April. But April will be a decisive factor, which may bring in a lot of abundance, a lot of success for you by the time August shows up, or by the time the month of Sagittarius, which is December or end of November, shows up for you. So something that you're going to do right now, how you do it, how truthful you are towards yourself and towards others, will play a very important role when it comes to attracting that abundance that you're hoping to seek, okay? Something that you do in the month of April will play a critical role for August and December. I hope that message came out right. Second most important thing is, in your workplace, in your career space, there could be somebody who's perhaps manipulative, who's perhaps not very black and white, who perhaps always lives in the grays, who says one thing but means one thing, and you're being advised to stay patient. Do not react. Temperance is a card of patience. Temperance is a card of observing, not acting, but not being oblivious to what's going on either, right? So most importantly, if there is somebody else in your life who seems to be a thief, cutting corners, does not do their work correctly, or there's a teacher who's not, and you could be a student who's kind of cutting corners, not being very supportive, ask yourself, have I covered every ground that protects my interest? Okay, and then stay patient. Stay patient. While I'm not saying do not speak up against an injustice, of course, voice where you feel there is an injustice happening. Connect with Archangel Gabriel. This card always talks about angels and working with archangels for me. But make sure that you're grounded, that you're patient, because this person, whoever this is, who's cutting corners, the sun will anyway shed light on this person. Do you see? I mean, I love this. There's even sun here, shedding light on this person, or rather moonlight. Looks like moonlight, but that's too much yellow for me to call it moonlight, whichever way you want to go with this, okay? So you would not have to really get your hands dirty, get your speech dirty, if you can keep your patience, if you can keep your active masculine and your feminine side in balance. What does that mean? Know when to speak, chase, act, know when to observe, receive, and nurture yourself and those around you, okay? If you're able to ace that balance, your career looks perfectly fine. I mean, we do have the sun card in between, which is very, very important to remember. That is the spiritual theme. But please remember, that's two fiery energies. That's Sagittarius, that's Leo. And this talks about precaution. So make sure that you have ticked all the boxes, left no stone unturned. Do not try to cut corners in the month of April, because it will backfire on you, okay? Moving on to, wow, there was a doorbell that rang on that. So clearly, that is an affirmative message from Spirit, okay? Moving on to your romantic life. Now, for some of you, and of course, if you watch tarot, you know Three of Swords is an energy of pain, of betrayal, of hurt, right? Now, I feel two energies here. For some of you, you've already gone through an unexpected turn of events, perhaps the Seven of Swords. Some of you may be involved with somebody who's at your workplace, or something to do with your workplace or your personal life getting getting intermeshed, and that leads to a certain amount of incorrect decision making. If you're single, there is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who's perhaps on and off into your life, or perhaps an unreliable energy, or this person may show up in your life in the month of April. I'm not telling you to keep your heart closed because of the because of the history that you may have had, which is not very amicable, if that's the word that I'm going for, or not very cordial, or not the best of the outcomes. But I am telling you that the sun will shed light. You have two sword cards and two very tricky swords cards on both the aspects of life, with the sun and protection as the key themes here. Pile 1 needs to remember in the month of April that if you just observe, the truth will automatically be revealed. Okay, you don't have to go become a detective. You don't have to go chase them. You don't have to try and make tests of loyalty around your teammates, around your official people. All you got to do is make sure that you're not taking rash decisions, okay? Some of you may actually hear one of your exes are getting married, if you are at that age group or that space in life. And that kind of brings an old wound back to the surface, okay? Again, sheds light on something that may not have completely healed. And for some of you, I don't know, it's a very particular message. For some of you, you may be hearing more than one people. Somebody gets a job, somebody gets settled, somebody gets married, somebody goes to, go for higher studies. And somewhere these energies may distract you, okay? And now understand, tarot gives you a heads up. Tarot is guidance. Tarot is not saying that this is what your reality has to be. You have the ability to change your reality. Hopefully you're watching it when I post it, which is even before April. This is the energy check that we're looking at. So the protection, the precaution is under you. Are you taking care of your mental health? Are you making sure that you're not allowing your mind to compare yourself and then put yourself in a lot of self-doubt and then inflict this pain? Swords is often our mind hurting us repeatedly. It literally has the journal image here with the Everyday Witch Tarot. Write it out when the sun shed lights on something that has not been healed, that is not being recovered. It's very important that we do not put this under the rug. We instead look at how can I take care of myself the next time, okay? Those of you who are in relationships, again, two messages. On one hand, somehow you and your partner are ready to move towards a new adventure, towards a new venture, to move away from something wherein perhaps both of you felt a little hurt, or at least you, who's the listener, has perhaps been hurt by your partner, and some sort of a new adventure, some sort of a new energy. For very few of you, this could literally be a baby or your son who brings in some sort of a new energy into the house in the month of April that takes you out of that dull, painful betrayal energy. This card for me, these two combinations are betrayal, but these two often talk about betrayal to ourselves first before somebody else betrays us. So in both the aspects of life, the truth will be revealed for this pile. Okay, make sure that if you are doing something not so clear, not so good, and there's any amount of shadiness, this is your heads up. Get your precaution up, get your protection up, right? But if others are doing that to you, or if others are trying to act smart around you, April will reveal that for pile 1, and I think you've been waiting for this truth very patiently. For some of you have been waiting for these revelations to come your way, and you really want to see the truth for as it is. I'm going to look at some angel guidance cards now. If this reading has helped you, I hope you have already hit the like button. Oops. Sorry for the slight camera malfunction. Let's look at what angel messages do we get for the month of April for pile 1. I think this pile needs to really be affirmed that number 1, you are protected from spirit, but it's very important for you to not become complacent don't be lazy in love. Don't become blind in love, not lazy. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't become blind in love. Don't overshare. Don't overtrust people, and do not cut corners, okay? You're a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. Do you see the light showing up in every card? Some of you literally need to spend some time outdoors in the month of April, okay? And I know in different parts of India it's going to just get more warmer, but make sure that you do have access to some sort of a natural light, maybe early morning, connecting to the solar energy, okay? Now this could also sometimes mean that make sure that you are including rituals, including basic self-care acts, something as basic as Surya Namaskar in the month of April, which will keep you more grounded and more in your power. For this pile, I strongly feel, look at that word again. Solar plexus is what you need to focus on. There's a reading that I'm going to do on my Instagram account again, I think this week, on solar plexus energy check. I again invite you to come and join me there and see what's going on for your solar plexus. And of course, if you want an individual reading, there is an email address below, and you can also send me a DM. But this month, own your truth. Truth is the message that I want to give you, okay? Truth will save you. Truth will set you free. So if you are a spiritualist who's hiding behind, fears of judgment, hiding behind lying to yourself that maybe this is not me, maybe I'm not so good at something, you are a powerful light worker. And the more you can focus on being patient and being of service to others, you will get a lot of success. Sun is affirmative of success, right? So make sure that you own your truth. Okay, I'm repeating the same message again because sometimes oracles will just come out and confirm something that tarot has already said, right? What angel messages do we want to get for pile 1? Wow. Okay. If you're going through a certain kind of a painful relationship, which seems highly likely, the moment you stop chasing the Knight of Wands, okay, there is a better love story for you ahead. And I think in the month of April, you'll start to see glimpses, okay, of what you deserve. Okay, some of you, if you are in a twin flame relationship and you are going through that struggle and that pain, Sun is also healing. Sun is that inner power, bringing both of you together to a place. And in fact, if you are in a twin flame relationship, I've repeatedly said it, the more you can pray for yourself, for your relationship, and just send happy, loving vibes. Don't say, I wish he or she calls me, I wish he or she marries me, I hope, that's your neediness, that's your desire, that is not love. Love is just unconditional. Love says, I wish myself well, I wish love to them, I wish strength to them, right? And a lot of this card also talks about as a ritual, you can literally write a letter to the higher source of your twin flame. If you know who they are, write a love letter. What would you say to the higher self of them. No blame games, no sad stories. What would you tell them? What do you appreciate about them as your twin flame? Okay, some of you, of course, the sun with that Three of Swords and now the twin flame showing up. Some of you are walking away from certain karmic ties, the Knight of Wands, and moving towards a higher love. Okay, if you feel lonely, if you feel any time in the month of April that you do not have support, do something for Mother Gaia. A smallest act: plant a seed, save some water, move away from single use of plastic, anything that helps the environment. And then seek out fairies. I know, sounds funny, but try and believe, just play along. Okay, have faith and ask the fairies to help you in whatever you're struggling with, and the angels confirm to you that they will be right there for you, supporting you. Again, brings back that energy of being outdoors. April, this pile, as a health, as a spiritual practice, make sure that you're spending some time outdoor, where there's a garden, where there is a lot of sunshine. Those things will have tremendous difference, will make a tremendous difference when it comes to your mind, body, spirit, your health. Oops. Today my camera has given me too much troubles. Okay, looks like we're back. Okay, we're going to look at some now and beyond messages for you guys, some additional oracle messages. Wow, this is just that card that confirms that spirit wants to help you. You do have help available. Okay, both for your relationships and your career. Temperance is also talking about communicating with angels, right? So whether it's asking help from your superiors, whether it's asking help from, sometimes the lie here with the Seven of Swords could also be that you think that you are one-man army. You don't need anybody. You will just do it all on your own, which then tells me that there's an imbalance when it comes to your active feminine side, which is what the Temperance can indicate, right? Some of you, of course, this could mean literal pregnancy, but for most of you, with that Sun card and pregnancy showing up, this is literally creation. Okay, we've just crossed the Ostara, which is the spring equinox. Pregnancy could literally mean fertility, and fertility for your business, fertility for your career. There is, of course, needless to say, in the month of April, some sort of a support or help coming your way, which helps you navigate through the struggles of life. Okay, that's the card. Okay, it's not an easy month for pile 1 in the month of April. There will be challenges, but I mean, come on, life is all about challenges. Your underlying energy itself is transformation. But you will have constant support and guidance and help available if you're ready to accept it. I'm going to take some self-care cards for you for the month of April to see what and in what ways can you take care of yourself, and can you be at the best energy, at the most highest aligned energy for yourself and the higher good of others. If you've reached this part of this reading, I want you to leave me a sun emoji below. Helps me know that you've covered this much of this reading and helps other people know which pile did you pick. Kind of a small way to connect with the Taropal community, right? So leave me a sun emoji if you've reached this part of this reading. Positive affirmations, by the way, is a wonderful way for you to also bring in your power, your self-power. Okay, work with the crystal, tiger's eye, citrine, any yellow crystal would be wonderful for this pile in the month of April. Let's look at some self-care messages for pile 1. Okay, be still. And the number 4, April is the 4th month, by the way. Like I said, observation. You do not have to get into a fight mode. This is not the month where you need to use a lot of words. If you can just stay observant, a lot of things will automatically become clear to you. Okay, one more card. Look to the star. Again, the number 4. Okay, some of you may be seeing the number 444. Some of you may have, it literally talks about that astrological new year with Aries sign showing up there. There is a new moon in Aries on the 31st of March. So the energies will stay 10 days prior and after. 7 days prior and after. So as in 3 days before the new moon to 3 days after the full moon, that entire week becomes very, very important. You're being pushed this month to perhaps if you've been also considering an astrology remedy, or if you've been considering if you want to go to seek some sort of a consultation, there is help. Okay, this could be therapy, this could be tarot consultation, this could be astrology consultation, but ask for help and help will be given to you. Again, meditate. And the number 8, oh my god, that adds up to 8, and this is 8 again. Okay, I again want to tell you something about what you do now, what it shed lights on now is going to be pivotal in the month of August for you. So April and August are related for this pile, and that just got confirmed for me with that message showing up. Meditation does not need a lot of self explanation anyway. In order for you to still and listen to your mind, you, of course, meditation is another self, meditation and be still are very linked for me. Make sure you're getting enough rest, make sure you're taking care. Protection again, right? Protection is mind, body, spirit. We will wrap this up now with some messages from this universe. If this reading has helped you, please do not forget to hit like. Come back to me at the end of April and tell me how much of this resonated for you. And I hope if you have liked this reading, you've already gone ahead and subscribed to the channel. Ask, receive, and believe. Power. This pile really needs to believe that they're supported. This power needs to believe that you deserve a better life. This pile needs to believe that, and April will show you in different ways. Wow, be brave. Very strong masculine energy here, but not masculine in the sense of chasing. Coming to your masculine power and understanding that you have patience, you have control. You do not have to be triggered when other people try to play their manipulative games around you. This feels very, very strongly like an office politics situation, but you would know how it works. Free your mind is again that confirmation of meditation will definitely help you stay grounded, stay true to yourself. This pile, I repeatedly want to say, April is a month which shows you your truth and the truth of others around you. I hope this has helped you. Thank you so much for spending your time today. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, my dear pile 2s. Those of you who like to know which pile I picked, this is the one I went for. If you've skipped the introduction, I invite you to join me on my Instagram account, wherein I post daily rituals, astrology video, and more fun tarot content which does not show up on the YouTube account. If you're a returning viewer, please hit that subscribe button because it makes a lot of difference to me. And if you like this reading, do not forget to hit that like button, okay? With that said, let's look at the energies of April, and I've slightly changed it. We're not going to shuffle the entire reading on camera. We're just going to take the oracle cards here. But first, let's talk about this rune that you've picked. Raidho is literally movement, traveling. If you have to draw a parallel line, this is literally the chariot card of the tarot, okay? If you understand tarot, and that helps you. This talks about having access to ways of moving forward momentum, literally traveling, taking a break, exploring new arenas, expanding your horizon. Sometimes travel does not have to mean going from one place to another. It could be exploring different ways of earning money. It could be exploring different aspects of your personality. So your key theme for the month of April, the rune that you've gone with, is talking about exploring, traveling, movement, and forward momentum, okay? I hope that kind of sets the tone for what we're looking at in the month of April. So our major arcana card will tell us the key spiritual theme that we're working with. I've used the everyday in fact, you guys got 3. I just realized that. I've got these cards will tell us your relationship sector, what is happening in your romantic life, or in relationships as in platonic. And these 2 will tell us about your career, which is from the Light Seers deck, okay? So let us look at what does April bring for pile 2, okay? Your key theme is judgment, all right? And for career, we have the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Wands. Oh my God, talk about speed and movement. This pile has something to do with, I don't know, I heard the word automation, automated, digital transformation. Those are the kind of, internet, speed, some channel words which are coming in pretty fast. So I'm just sharing those words with you, okay? And for your romantic life, we have 3 of Cups. Oh my God. Page of Pentacles. And the Emperor. Interesting. Okay. Let's talk about what is the central spiritual theme. By this we mean that this will play out across various aspects of life, including, of course, your health and your spirituality, right? Judgment talks about an awakening, okay? An awakening, a revelation, a truth coming out, and that truth feeling like this takes you to the ascension of the next stage of your life, okay? Judgment can sometimes, of course, literally mean judging yourself or judging other people. And mostly this judgment comes across from a very harsh standpoint, from a very difficult standpoint. So April, the first message I want to give you is, do not be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on other people. The more compassion, it literally has the energy of Buddha here, right? Oops, I'm shaking the camera again. So I just want to make sure this is okay. It literally has the energy of Buddha on it. And his way to enlightenment was nothing more than just having a lot of compassion, a lot of detachment to outcomes, okay? Because judgments come from a need to control, right? We judge something to be good or bad because we're trying to make a decision around it. Judgment in itself sometimes can be replaced with the word decision, right? So it's good to have an awakening. It's good to know what you want and why you want it. But don't start assessing your life because of the decisions that you've taken in comparison to other people's life, or vice versa, okay? You're not better or worse. Nobody's better or worse in this journey. We just have different and unique journeys. And I know I'm not going to be a preacher here. I've got a Virgo Venus, if that means anything to you, and if you know what that indicates in astrology. That's way easier said than done, right? We as humans seek validation from testing. Is my way going better, or is their way going better? But that's the funny thing. We don't have the same strengths. As two human beings, we don't have the same strengths. We don't have the same weaknesses. We don't have the same stories. So that data point in itself, that analytical need to test yourself versus another, is actually based on a wrong data, right? If you're somebody who understood that on a more mundane language, right? April will be a very, very spiritual month for you. You will go through a lot of awakenings, a lot of ascensions. And if there is something wherein you felt as if justice wasn't served, the judgment sometimes also shows up as that D-Day wherein justice gets delivered for you, okay? That's the key theme playing out in the month of April for pile 2. Moving on to your career. Oh my God, is there speed and pace for you in this aspect, okay? And career includes money. You will have multiple opportunities coming your way. Multiple people will come to you with new adventures, crazy ideas. You may come up with crazy ideas all at once, and it feels like, oh yes, I'm moving at a mad speed. Okay, April is a month of great astrological transits as well, okay? Saturn's changing sign, Jupiter's changing sign, Mars is changing signs. A lot is happening astrologically. Again, I invite you to my Instagram. That's where we discuss all of these things. But as these energies shifts, Eight of Wands has two messages for you. Number one, do not get overwhelmed and do not be in a rush, which is what the Knight of Wands sometimes is, to just make that decision. Okay, you have opportunities coming your way. You have the ability to deliver on more of them than you believe yourself to be. This is another message for you. If at your workplace you get, let's say, 3 projects at once, don't say no to it. Explore all of them. Say yes to all of them. But yes, go slow, go bite-sized, set the right expectation. Don't oversell yourself. Don't be overexcited, but don't say no either. Okay, when opportunities knock on your door, these could be Eight of Wands sometimes shows up as a one-time opportunity. When it shows up, you got to be there, you got to be at the right place at the right time and say yes to life. Say yes to the speed of momentum taking up. Some of you may literally be in careers which are related to physical movement, but even if that's not the case, this talks also about communication. If you've been waiting for any kind of an affirmative communication coming your way, especially from an overseas situation, that is definitely a bang on hit. Okay, working with the fire element, because there's both the cards are here of fire, will be tremendously helpful for you. Light a candle, do a burning ritual. There are many rituals, again, already shared on Taropal Instagram. So work with different competencies that you have. Explore what life has to offer. Do not try to get labeled as this or that. Do you see the different colors that in this card? I love how they've used the different colors, because you're not only this or that. Okay, don't try to label yourself as this or that, but at the same time, be careful that you're not over-promising. You're taking one step at a time. Okay, I hope that energy makes sense. But there are mad opportunities coming for you in the month of April. Perhaps that is the ascension that you'll have. You'll be asked to question. You've asked for it so much, so many things. Now imagine everything comes together at the same time. How do you deal with it? Are you ready to deal with, I love that quote. Are you sure you can handle what you asked for? Can you sustain it? Can you work with it? Or is it just something that you ask for in the dreamland, and it's just so great to imagine how it would be, but then within your imagination, I'm missing out on details, right? So be grounded, but be ready for an amazing April, especially when it comes to your career, money, finances. You may get income, quickly coming in, but you may also have expenses rising. So keep a check on your budgeting. When you start the month, know what are you spending on, which aspect of life. Otherwise, you're just going to shell out more money than you possibly have. That's a very important message for April. Don't overspend, or don't spend the money you've not yet received. Okay. Moving over to your relationships. First of all, clearly here, there are celebrations, there are get-togethers. This could be family reunions, this could be friends reunion. This is literally the good times, okay? Especially seems like around the full moon of Libra, so I think around the 3rd week of April, that is, there are going to be opportunities for you to network, to meet people, to have a great time together. Just be careful of your diet and your indulgences, okay? Because sometimes the 3 of Cups can make us overeat, overdrink, and then we don't feel very good, which is why I love the energy of Emperor showing up. Having a certain amount of self-control in your relationships is what this talks about. It's great to go out and have fun. It's great to be with people who make you feel alive and make you feel great, and it's all fun. But just remember, life is not just all fun, right? So if you're making a relationship decision, go with something which is stable. It may be slow, but it is stable, right? That's the Page of Pentacles. He is not yet the king, but he's in no rush. He wants to take each step at a time. And in your relationship sector, make sure that you're choosing things from a more grounded space, okay? Some of you who are in committed relationships and you're waiting for a proposal, this combination often tells me that the other person is already perhaps thinking about it. They just want to position it, or they just want to come out and propose to you when they feel the timing is right, okay? For some of you who are in committed relationship but things aren't really moving, I want to tell you there is movement happening, but right now you need to work. Whoever is listening to this reading needs to work on creating a more structure, creating a more emperor-like energy within you. What do I mean by that? An emperor is generous. An emperor knows that they need self-control. They can't just be chaotic and unruly and then expect other people to respect them, right? Are you disciplined? Are you routined? Emperor literally talks about the Aries energy, and April is pretty much half of April, or more than half of April is with that Aries energy, right? This is about taking action. This is about becoming the authority of your own life. So if you want people or relationships in your life to respect you, are you respectful when it comes to, do you have self-love when it comes to sticking to your plans? Do you make a diet plan and then you forget about it? Do you have very high hopes from other people, but you're not able to walk the talk yourself? This combination tells me about whether you're in a single or in a relationship. Make sure that you are being in control of your own life. And this combination can sometimes, again, brings me back to that. Do not be too harsh on your partner. Don't be too harsh to pass quick judgments on your partner, okay? Because these two can become very rigid ways of dealing with life, the Judgment and the Emperor combination. Just be mindful that respect your boundaries, create your boundaries. This can also talk about in relationships a lack of boundaries, but also respect other people's boundaries, right? Your partner or your potential lover also has, all the rights to decide where they want to spend their time, their money, their affection on, and you cannot manipulate somebody into it, right? You can't elbow someone into falling in love with you or giving you what you want. It has to come from a space of joyous activity. Okay, some of you will definitely, at least half of April, you're having a lot of social functions. You may meet somebody, a strong Aries or a strong Earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, at a family function, a reunion, or some sort of an event when you're having a good time and somebody catches your eye and they approach you, okay? Whoever's watching this reading, it doesn't have to be man or a woman, but the masculine energy is stronger on the other side if you are single and you meet across someone, okay? I'm going to move towards what angel guidance do we have for the month of April for pile number 2. I hope this reading has helped you so far, and if it has, you have already hit the save button so that you can come back and tell me at the month of April end how much of this resonated. Okay, some of you, for most of you, I definitely feel there is a travel plan cooking. By the end of April, you would be deciding something as to how do you go about where are you going for summer vacations or something. If you get nervous, focus on service. I love this card showing up with Judgment. Some parts of April will make you question certain decisions you've made in the past. Okay, some parts of April will make you question, am I ready for these crazy things, these crazy opportunities at career, at money that are coming my way? Would all my needs be met? Am I becoming too much of a risk taker? And when those anxieties haunt you, take one baby step and do something without the hope of an expectation of getting something in return for your community. This could be old people at your home. This could be it doesn't have to be big. It just has to be an act of charity done selflessly. Because if you start thinking about how can I make my place, my home, my community, my city a better place, universe will take care of everything that you want. Okay, so don't again be hard on yourself and don't put yourself in anxious mind space. Okay, one day at a time, one conversation at a time, and you will sail through beautifully in the month of April. Solar plexus. This again talks about bringing the power back. This pile may have been attracted to pile 1, and if you were, you may have a message for you in pile 1. Okay, solar plexus itself, I'm not going to over explain it. By the way, there's a reading coming out on the Instagram account again on solar plexus sometime this week before April. Spend enough time to ask yourself, does this bring me in power? Am I doing this because it empowers my relationship, platonic or romantic, or am I doing this because it's an ego battle? Okay, does this really bring in any kind of a joy or overall long-term success? What I'm trying to aim for, what I'm being so rigid on, is it really going to matter in 5 years? If your answer is yes, do not allow anybody to bog you down. But if your answer is no, then remember that your solar plexus is actually showing your insecurities and not exerting power. Okay, there's a balance between those two. Mediumship. Some of you are going to be very, very connected to your ancestors in the month of April. Or any kind of anybody who's been important to you and has passed on to the other realm. You may want to do some charity in the name of your ancestors. In India, we have this ritual wherein, we do dan, or basically give charity in the name of our forefathers to ask for their peace, okay, for their ancestral healing. For both your career and your relationships, for pile 2, I strongly feel the momentum that is happening, the speed that you're picking up, the acceleration that you're receiving is not just going to help you, but help your generations to come after you, because there is some sort of a legacy that is being built in the month of April for you. Wonderful, wonderful energy so far. It's a super powerful month. You guys have such positive cards across the spread. Let's look at any additional oracle guidance that comes up, and we'll wrap it up with some self-care messages for you. Let's see what shows up. Okay, miracle, like I said, this is something clearly great happening. Nature. You perhaps want to travel to nature, by the way, and if you've lost hope on something in life, it is working out for you. Some of you may be actually earning money from something that you've been so far doing just for the fun of it. Or if you've been planning something wherein you want to use one of your talents, which you've kind of just been doing for the fun of it, it may actually bring in success to you, more money to you, more income avenues to you. Again, this is the card of talking about opportunities. Okay, also remember that nature heals. So if you've reached this part of this reading, I want you to leave me an aeroplane emoji in the comment section below and tell me if you do have any travel plans coming up in the month of April, or if you're planning something sitting in April, trying to decide where to go in the next 2-3 months, because it seems like many of you are trying to get out more and be more in the nature. There could also be, sometimes nature card also shows up when there's a shift or a momentum or an acceleration happening in your own personality. If you've been planning, let's say, a change of your body, like you want to lose 10 kgs or you want to gain 10 kgs, okay, that shift may be happening for you in the month of April. Nature could also mean your personality, right? So there is clearly a change, and a good change coming your way in the month of April. A very, very positive spread for pile 2. I absolutely love this energy. Just do not allow your overindulgences or your harsh judgments of yourself or others to spoil this energy. Otherwise, it looks like a phenomenal, phenomenal month for pile number 2. Hold on. I keep doing this. Okay. We are going to see some self-care cards of how do you take care of yourself. Sing, and the number 9. Oh, we have 2 cards. Oh, both of them talk about singing or healing or sounds. Okay, interesting. So that's a way for you. Sing your heart out, speak your mind. This sometimes also, okay, look at this. There's music here as well. Drum music or basically sound healing will be tremendously beneficial for you to keep you grounded. Okay, Aries energy can sometimes become very fiery, and so fiery that they're not listening. This somehow also tells me about be a better listener. Okay, for your relationships, for your workplace, listen before you wow, this is just crazy synchronicities, right? We have sing, we have sound healing, and we have music. Some of you may literally be musicians and you're being affirmed. Look at the drum being played at both of them, right? Hands, if those of you who work with your hands, you could be painters, again a hobby, right? If you're a musician, if you're an artisan who has any of these hobbies, okay, singing, fashion, anything that involves hands, even tarot, right? This is a big thumbs up from spirit. Spend more time doing these things that ignite your soul. I literally heard that word, ignite your soul, and you will see tremendous space and opportunities being picked up for you guys, and you will be surprised at the miracles that unfold thereby. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up with some universe message card for you guys and wish you nothing but a wonderful April. If you haven't yet seen the 2022 timeless readings, when we've covered the 2022 love life, the 2022 major events, you will find all those relevant readings in the description box below. Oops. Okay, and final messages for April for Pile. You know what, this also tells me you could also be going to a concert where you meet someone. Okay, because we did have the Three of Cups, right? A singing concert or a rock heaven or something. Create your safe haven. Okay, messages for April. Be fearlessly authentic. I love that energy of fearlessly, right? Emperor speaks their truth. Emperor knows their truth. And authenticity makes you, while it makes you vulnerable, it makes you relatable, right? Which is something with the judgment card also has a message of. We only judge something when we feel that we are different from them. But when we are all on our authentic selves, we understand how, even in our uniqueness, we are also similar, also connected, making similar mistakes in life, just in different forms. Wake up with a purpose. Some of you may actually find, if you're at that age group where you're still deciding, I mean, it could be of any age group, of course, where you're still deciding what ignites my soul. April could very well be the month that gives you clarity as to, this is what I was looking for. This is where I'm going. It's going to be a very, it's a new year in itself for you, while of course it is an astrological new year. You will get opportunities to explore. That was the first message I gave you, right? Opportunities to explore different aspects of your personality, right? Different ways of you connecting and networking to other people, which leads you to discovering what your true life purpose and your true passion is, perhaps. Okay, it's a very powerful month. Don't miss out on this. I'm really excited for you guys. Do tell me how it goes out for you in the month of April. Thank you so much again for being here today. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, my dear Pile 3s. If you've skipped the introduction, we're going to do a rune reading, tarot cards and oracle cards today. If you're not following me on the Instagram account yet, I invite you to join me there. It's Taropal, same as the spellings of YouTube. You will find the link in the description box below, and you will find the link of sending me a DM or an email if you want a personal reading from me. Of course, if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please don't forget to do that. Hit that subscribe button now before we continue ahead. Okay, let's talk about the rune that you've picked and what this means. Okay, this talks about a stuck energy. Okay, it's literally a traffic jam, and I love how they've shown it for modern day world. Isa talks about an energy where you've come to a dead end, a stuck energy, right? And you've got to make a decision. Are you moving ahead? Are you doing something about this dead end? Does this really matter to you enough to burn your energies right here, right now on this? Or do you want to just hold on and see where life takes you? Okay, because this plays out in two different ways. In certain situations, it is telling you to make that decision. If you're not able to make that warmth come back to a relationship, for example, then this is the dead end. This is where the story gets over. If you do not wish to do that, if there is no future that you see with this, then hold on. Do not get frustrated because of the slow energy that you're dealing with. Things are moving even though you cannot see it right here, right now. Okay, that is the message of Isa, or Isa as you want to say it. Now today we're going to do this slightly differently. Like I said, I'm going to shuffle oracle cards here, but thought of shortening the video with the tarot cards already out. So we're going to look at what is the spiritual main theme of the month of April. These cards will tell us what's going on in your career, money, finances. This will tell us what's going on in your relationships or your personal life, okay? So, okay, you have the Empress card. See, creation is happening for this pile, okay? You are building something, you're creating something, perhaps just feeling more stuck than usual. Okay, because it's been a long battle for many of you. All right, so I have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands for your career. Okay, and oh my God, for your relationships, we have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Explains, this goes so well with your initial rune. Okay. First of all, maybe this is why the beautiful energy here is of the Empress. Now think about the Empress, okay? She's pregnant. She is the diva. She's the divine feminine, right? She knows where not to invest her energy in, which is the first message of Isa. Do not fight. Do not waste your breath on situations which are long over. Don't try to explain yourself in the month of April to people who are hell-bent on misunderstanding you. You've given it a lot already. Some of you really need to hear it. If you came into this reading or before this reading, you were thinking about, is there really something more I can do? I've been trying so hard on this relationship or on this project for so long. If you really know that you've given it your best shot and there's absolutely nothing left, okay, then hold on, because appreciation is coming your way. Or if you've given it your best shot and you know there's nothing else more to do, then just keep on doing more is not going to change the game. For many of you though, or for some of you at least, you are already aware, especially in your career sector, that while yes, I've done a lot, while yes, it's been a long journey for me to reach this success, I do have more power in me. I want to give it one last shot. This is something specifically to do with your career decision. This could be a education exam that you perhaps haven't cleared in the first, go of giving that examination. You know that there is more fire left in you. The Nine of Wands talks about resilience. So in your work life, in your financial sector, if you've been trying to create something, which is the energy of the Empress, this tells us, pause, breathe, ask for help, and know that help will be coming in, because Ten of Wands is all about giving delegation, right? But you don't have to quit on something if you feel there's still fire left in you, especially in your workspace, okay? For your relationship, it's a slightly different energy here, but for your workspace, you are getting a new start. Okay, some of you may be may almost be exhausted trying to look for a job, and I understand that's never a happy or an easy place to be, but don't quit your fight. There is an opportunity coming your way, and it would be way better than every opportunity that you have been perhaps rejected for. If you've been planning to quit on a business that you've just started about 8 to 9 months ago, stay patient. Now is not the time, because you're still creating this. It's still being birthed. Ace of Wands is a new start, a passionate new start, often a passion project, coming from your intuition, coming from your heart space. You just got to fight it out a little bit more. There's one more lap left before you get that success that you definitely and truly desire. Some of you may be earning certain small or large sums of money. It feels mostly small with the Ace of Wands. Through a creative endeavor that you perhaps did some years ago, okay? That's an energy. Now, for your relationship sector, now this will play out differently, and you got to pick what resonates for you, okay? 8 and 8, of course, could be an angel number that you're seeing, 888, 88, or combinations of 8. The last month of August, as in August 2021 or August 2022, are also indicated very strongly, because 8 is that number, right? Now, for some of you, you have been working so hard towards your relationship, and you literally can't find a solution to certain things that you and your partner disagree on. There's just no creative spark to bring in and solve this problem, okay? Leave it aside, because your intuition perhaps has already discovered what the solution to you and your relationship trouble is, but you're just not, when you keep thinking about that same math problem again and again and again, we never get to the answer. It just becomes more and more frustrating. This month, if it comes to becoming a frustrating conversation with your partner, drop it. Return to it when you feel more in alignment, to be a great listener, to nurture the relationship, and not just be heard, not just to be understood, but to also understand what the other person is saying, okay? For some of you, or for those of you who are single or who are in a off and on relationship, or there's a complicated relationship, you're doing a one-sided effort here. Okay, this card talks about effort. This card talks about giving it your all and upskilling yourself and trying to make the relationship work, because you think that you're stuck here. You think that this is what your only possible great love story is, and that is not true. You're free to walk away from this, and you should walk away from this if somebody is not treating you as the diva that you are. Okay, and by diva I don't mean somebody who's pompous or arrogant or something like that, right? It literally means beautiful. It literally means somebody who knows their value, somebody who is magnetic, somebody who will not allow crappy behavior around them, if I'm just able to say exactly what I mean by diva. Okay, so if you have a relationship wherein you feel you're consistently stuck, or your mind keeps putting you back into that same situation in different phases, you just keep attracting the same kind of people in different phases, April will be a tremendously strong opportunity for you to break away from it. Some of you are literally being told, if you're facing such issues, to go see a therapist, go take professional help, maybe even get a reading, to kind of understand the tangible steps that you can take, because this is literally earth is tangible steps to take to fix something that is perhaps haunting you in your mind. Those of you who are in stable and happy relationship, this is a month. Do not overthink when your partner is busy focusing on their own work. Be the empress or the emperor of your life. Self-love, take care of yourself, spend some time in doing some TLC instead of fixating on what's going on here, what's going on here, what's going on here. For relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's family, whether it's your romantic life, easy does it. That is the message I want to give pile 3. Easy does it. You picked up that same energy of stuck, right? Nothing is stuck if you do not keep repeating that affirmation. Oh, I'm so stuck. Oh, I'm so bored. Oh, I'm struggling so much. You're just going to keep accelerating that energy, okay? I'm going to look at what angel guidance shows up for you for the month of April for pile 3. Some of you may, of course, be actually welcoming a baby or going through a certain kind of a treatment if you're facing troubles in conceiving in the month of April, which will work out successful for you, okay? It's a lot to do with holding your ground where you know that there is more to be done, but allowing things to fall away when you know you've given it your best shot, and that's it. It's just not moving anywhere. Stop trying to be the one who's trying to get all the solutions. Sometimes just dropping it and walking away gives other people an ability to brainstorm and think about what can they do to help or fix this situation, okay? Let's look at some angel guidance for you. You are an earth angel and an angel of love. This, strongly tells me the energy that I initially felt. Some of you could have strong Cancer placement, strong Libra placement, strong Sagittarius placements, because these are the kind of people or the zodiac energy which just can't let go of something just not being at its best, okay? A Sagittarius will never say it, but they are in their own way strong perfectionists. They do not commit to certain things because they don't like to waste time on things that are not worth their commitment. Ascended Masters, wow. Some of you may have been drawn to pile 2 as well, and if you were, there's a message for you there. I strongly recommend you to go watch it. This month, when you feel lost, when you feel this stuck energy, when you feel like giving up, when you feel like quitting, whichever ascended master calls on to you, this could be Sai Baba, this could be Paramahansa, this could be Jesus, this could be Buddha, this could be any energy, Kuan Yin, that you connect with, you have their help. And you are here. In the month of April, you will have many situations, many moments wherein you will understand how strong your love is and how much universe loves you as a creator as well, because you are a co-creator and you've come here into earth to show people through your actions how to love. Okay, for this pile, it feels like as if you are the teachers of how to love people, and angels want to tell you that there are bigger things in life than just I, me and myself. And while it is important to make sure that you have enough self-love, you can't fill from an empty cup. Don't fixate on the smaller things too hard, okay? Wow, if you get nervous, focus on service. I strongly feel this pile needs to watch pile 2. They're very similar energies. If you've come from 2 to 3, you know what I mean. Again, giving, nurturing the society, nurturing your own mind, nurturing your mind, body, spirit is going to be supremely important. This month, this pile definitely needs to do charity. You will release and declutter your life, okay? That stuck energy, that 8 of Swords, sometimes it's just the space that you're living in, okay? This pile, if you've not yet done the spring clean, the spring equinox clean, use the energy of before the new moon in Aries or during that new moon in Aries energy to cleanse and purify and declutter your life and start fresh. This is literally the astrological new year. There are a lot of planets moving transits. Saturn changes sign, Jupiter changes sign, North Node changes sign in the month of April. Hence, these energies demand you to ascend as well. Okay. Connecting yourself to certain charitable organizations, again, will be tremendously helpful for you, for your own creativity to as well flow. If you are somebody who's in the creative space, do some charity and you will see that energy starting to flow for you guys, okay? Okay, this one wants you to flip. Nature, wow, I have the same cards showing up for you guys. If you feel drained, spend some time outdoors in nature. Okay, some of you could be actually planning something related to sustainability or organic farming. That could be also highly likely for this pile. Let's see what that was. 1 second. Abundance, prosperity. The diva energy is, the central energy. Don't quit on it. Don't quit on something that perhaps you've invested a long time in, especially again, I'm saying, for your work project. For relationships, it feels like as if you're stuck at a dead end and you don't want to let go. For your work project, it seems like you're ready to quit too soon, something that will bring you a lot of abundance and a lot of money coming your way. If you are planning a sustainability business, by the way, that actually may make you a lot of success and bring in money. Yoga, meditation, the sun energy here, across all three piles, we have this energy of the sun strongly showing up. And it is the astrological new year again, right? Which is literally a reset of your calendar. Breath work and prana, when you get anxious, is going to help you, navigate through, because it feels like as if it's a month wherein you know that there are results coming, you know that you deserve better, but it's just leading you to feel sometimes highly frustrated, and hence nature, breath work, these things will be of tremendous help for you. You don't have to win the world in one day, okay? Sometimes in April you may feel like as if you just have too much load to carry. It's okay. Pause, rest, sleep, and then go back to your creations, okay? Nothing's going to just fall apart in 2 days' time. That is a message that also is very important for this pile. You perhaps deal with anxiety when you have tasks undone. And April, could be the reason why you're sabotaging yourself, because you were just too overwhelmed with the excess of work that you had to do. Let's look at some self-care cards as to how can you take care of your mind, body, spirit. If you have reached this part of this reading, I want you to leave me a water emoji, any water emoji that you want to leave, waves, a beach, a water droplet, because water is the energy that talks about flowing, and this pile clearly needs to remember that even at your most stuck energy, you're still flowing. Dance it out and move your body. This again brings me back to the flow energy, right? Dancing, some of you may literally go dancing, and hence that, look at this overthinking energy with that 8 of Swords. You literally need to move your body, and by just moving your body, a lot of that energy shift will happen for you. Okay, I will go with this one. Massage, which is the number 7, the number 9. These could be some relevant dates as well in the month of April. Okay, being with your physical body. This pile, it almost feels like as if you're very much in your head. Okay, you're perhaps good at academics as well. You're perhaps also a workaholic, but you're not taking care of your physical body, and you're being reminded that that's where it all begins, right? So taking care of your health and your physical body, your workout routine, and making sure that you're not ignoring your aches and pains is important. I love this. Flow like water, because I do leave me a wave emoji. She's literally swimming. Okay, flow like water, and I'll give you an extra one. Rest. Okay. This month, you're being told, take things easy. If you get burnt out, take things easy and do not allow, don't expect healing to get accelerated. Okay, if you're moving away from a difficult relationship, have that patience to work on yourself for that healing to happen. Sometimes shadow work and these things and, these big talks overwhelm us. Am I not doing enough? Am I not helping myself enough? You are, if you're taking one step at a time and you know what your problem is and you're ready to take tangible steps to fix it, you're already doing way more than you had to, right? So have that patience with yourself as well, not just with other people, to heal through and to learn, to have that beginner's mindset in certain aspects of life, to start from the scratch, grow through what you go through. Love how the universe sums this up for us. If this reading has resonated, I hope you've hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out on the next reading, which will be out again in 2 days, by the way. Keep chasing the sun. Love this. Don't let other people's judgment become your truths, okay? Especially at your professional life. If there has been an investment that did not pay off, if you could not crack an IGP, which is an internal job posting, sorry, I use certain slangs. If you did not get promoted the first time, does not mean that your dream is all bullshit. You just go through what you go through, right? Go through what you go through. Gratitude changes everything. There's a lot that you've received, and people literally glow when they are grateful. Okay, glow with gratitude. Write that affirmation. I glow because I'm grateful. I hope this reading has helped you, and it has been as much fun for you as it has been fun for me to read for you. Excited to see how April unfolds for you. A very, very strong month when it comes to creativity, building something, having that inner strength, and remembering that love is all we need. Flow through it. Okay, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.